Hello, Del Shakes family. David Stradley here, producing artistic director, kicking off a new video series that we are calling Text Exchange Tuesdays. Now, this is going to be a little less intense than our sonnet project from last year, where we gave you 154 consecutive weekdays of free sonnets. But we still wanted to find ways to continue connecting with you, with Shakespeare, during this time when we can't all be together in person. So we're going to do this program every couple weeks for about 8 episodes, and how it'll work is this. Today, I'm going to share a piece of Shakespeare text that connects to me and share why and how it connects. And then we're going to toss it over to our friend Saliym Cooper from Brevity Bookspace, who will share a piece of text by a writer of color that in some way, shape, or form bounces off against the Shakespeare. And we'll go back and forth like that. Sometimes Saliym will start with a writer of color, and a Del Shakes artist responds with a little bit of Shakespeare. Our hope is that this connects you to Shakespeare in a personal way during this time, and expands your reading list to consider some great writers of color. So we're going to start today with a little Macbeth, but we're going to switch to a location that is a little more Scottish. So normally in every Shakespeare play, there are 1 or 2 lines that when I go see a production of that play, I'm waiting to hear, because there is something in them that pierces through the veil of over how we normally live our lives and reveals something super deep and true about what it means to be a human being. And that is very much the case of the couple of lines we're going to get to at the end of this scene from Macbeth. Now this is the scene later in the play between Malcolm and Macduff. Malcolm is the son of King Duncan that was murdered by Macbeth to take the throne, and Macduff is kind of the second baddest soldier in all of Scotland. And they're having a discussion about whether they're going to team up to take on Macbeth. And at the end of this scene, their countryman Ross arrives to deliver this news to Macduff. Your castle is surprised. Your wife and babes savagely slaughtered. To relate the manner were on the quarry of these murdered deer, to add the death of you. Malcolm. Merciful heaven! What, man, ne'er pull your hat upon your brows. Give sorrow words. The grief that does not speak whispers the o'erfraught heart and bids it break. My children, too? Ross. Wife, children, servants, all that could be found. And I must be from thence. My wife killed, too? Ross. I have said. Malcolm. Be comforted. Let's make us medicines of our great revenge to cure this deadly grief. He has no children. All, my pretty ones? Did you say all? Oh, hellkite. All. What, all my pretty chickens and their dam at one fell swoop? Malcolm. Dispute it like a man. I shall do so. But I must also feel it as a man. Oh, those are those lines right there. I shall do so, but I must also feel it as a man. You know, there is so much in Shakespeare, in all of society, that kind of talks to us about what it is to be a man, you know, to be strong and decisive, a person of action. But Macduff turns that all on its head and says, yeah, that's part of it, but I must also feel the truth of what happens in my heart. And as a person who has sometimes struggled to have access to their emotions, those lines, whenever I hear them, are a reminder to me that emotions are a part of my humanity as well. So with that, we'll turn it over to Saliym Cooper at Brevity Bookspace.
So I want to first thank you for that introduction, David. And again, for those who don't know, my name is Saliym Cooper. I am the founder and owner of Brevity Bookspace. It's a itty-bitty mobile bookshop that used to slide around Wilmington pre-COVID and give out books to Wilmington residents for free of charge. I'm a poet as well. I'm an educator. I'm a meditator. I love yoga. I love crystals. I'm a very earthy person, but enough about me. We'll get into the response to your text. I really appreciate you bringing up emotion. That's something that I really would love to delve into today and talk about, and also identity, as well as manhood, as well as race, as well as brown and black existence. I think it's really, really important as we stand on this precipice of newness, like a new era that's coming after some dark 4 years that have passed. But I do want to remind those watching that it always has been incredibly difficult to exist in America for those of us who are black and brown. And it's so funny that the piece that I picked was written by a poet, a modernist poet named Fenton Johnson, who's from Chicago, was born in 1888. The title of this poem is Tired, and it's very ironic that these same sentiments are still reverberating now in 2021. And as a black male, and as a black male poet existing in this world, I am incredibly tired. I'm incredibly tired of being used. I'm incredibly tired of being seen but not quite seen, of performing, of existing without the comfort of true peace or healing or change. So many things. So I thought this poem was fitting of what goes inside, or what is happening inside or transpiring inside of the black male body, the brown male body, and larger than that, the black and brown body of all those who exist here in America at this time. So, without further ado, Tired by Fenton Johnson. I am tired of work. I am tired of building up somebody else's civilization. Let us take a rest, Lissy Jane. I'll go down to the Last Chance Saloon, drink a gallon or two of gin, shoot a game or two of dice, and sleep the rest of the night on one of Mike's barrels. You will let the old shanty go to rot, the white people's clothes turn to dust, the Calvary Baptist Church sink into the bottomless pit. You will spend your days forgetting you married me. And your nights hunting warm gin, Mike serves the ladies in the rear of the Last Chance Saloon. Throw the children into the river. Civilization has got us too many anyway. It is better to die than to grow up and find that you are colored. Pluck the stars out of the heavens. The stars mark our destiny. The stars marked my destiny. I am tired of civilization. Yes, it is a bit pessimistic, but it's also honest, it's also true, and it's also a simple and spare and revealing portrait of what it is, what it's like, actually, to exist in our present.